Hello everybody, welcome to another Deck Tech in Magic Arena this week. I managed to open up recently a Polyraptor. Blessed or cursed, I'm not sure. But knowing me, if you know me at all, I had to go a little bit crazy with it. Welcome to Crash Test Dummy. I would not recommend building this, but I'm going to try and see if we can stretch the limits of what Magic Arena can do and make as many tokens as possible. To that end, we are going to use our Polyraptor. So I haven't been able to craft another one yet, but we do have a bunch of ways to search it up with the Forerunner of Empire. Thankfully, it's a dinosaur. So what this has is whenever it's dealt damage, you create a token that's a copy of it. We've paired that with things like Anointed Procession, so we can make 2 tokens every time it takes damage. And of course, the Forerunner also has, whenever a dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Forerunner deal 1 damage to each creature. You can see how this works. So we try and deal damage to our Polyraptor, and then deal damage to our Polyraptor, and then deal damage to our Polyraptor, and so on until we make as many tokens as we possibly can. The rest of the deck is a lot of different cool little token synergies and ramp cards. So we've got some Anointer Priests to try and gain us some life while we're waiting. So we're going to be able to get those back out of our graveyard if we have Anointed Procession and gain ourselves a bunch of life so we can stay around a little bit longer. Also really cool if we actually get the Polyraptor online. Not sure if this is the best idea, but hey, you know what? This whole deck is not the best idea. We're going to be running Raging Raptor as another way for us to just ramp out really quickly. So this one also has Enrage, and what it does is we just get land out of our library, put it directly into play tapped, so we'll be able to play our Polyraptor a little bit faster. Raging Swordtooth is another way to deal damage to creatures. Needletooth Raptor deals 5 damage to a creature an opponent controls. I personally have had a lot of trouble dealing with Needletooth Raptor in a lot of decks, so I wanted to make sure that I put it in here. We've got Fiery Cannonade to wipe out like early boards from opponents. I have a Sweltering Suns that I managed to open, but it kills too many of our creatures is the problem. We have a bunch of Savage Stomps as other ways to deal damage to our dinosaurs, and because the card's also just kind of awesome. And yeah, I mean, so a bunch of just good dinos after that. You get Ripjaw Raptor as one of your starting rares, so we're able to do that to draw extra cards. And like these Raging Regisaurs and Swordtooths come right away. Same with Etali. Etali's just really good value, so I wanted to put it in there. And I've opened some Atzocan Seers and made some Drovers of the Mighty a while back for our ramp deck last week. So we're going to have some big Drovers to ramp up, some Thunderherd Migrations, and Gift of Paradise. Try and get as quickly as possible to this Polyraptor, and we should be able to draw it fairly easily considering that we have the 4 Forerunners. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to run in here and we'll do some games. As the last thing that I should mention here is we do have a 1 of Thrashing Brontodon as well. I actually really like Thrashing Brontodon right now. There's a lot of things like Anointed Procession that you kind of need to deal with. And there's also things like Oketra's Monument and Cast Out Nixalan's Binding. There's a fair number of enchantments that are removal, and a fair number of powerful enchantments and artifacts that you need to get rid of. Radiant Destiny is another one if you're playing against vampires. Stuff like that. So Thrashing Brontodon is pretty reasonable to have 1 or 2 of. And yeah, so I like that card a lot. We're going to slam in these games, and I'm going to try as hard as I can to make a lot of Polyraptors. We'll see what we do.